It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is Rock Karma with Bring It. Bring It, Chris.
I like that song. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Rock Karma.
Yeah, we used to play them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
A long time ago.
Looking back at all these titles that you provided me with, just, takes me back 10, 15, years.
Sure.
Because we were heavily promoting a lot of these bands at the time before we, more or less became kind of talk.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing the music show. Remember, we had all our bits like the Sleaze Rock Song of the Week and, what was the other one? Smash It or Trash It?
Smash It or Trash It, yeah.
Where we'd play a song like that and we'd have polls on the website. Will you smash it or trash it?
Right.
Or whatever. We had all kinds of stupid generic radio bits.
Yeah, but, it helped us become what we are today.
Yep. Yeah. There was a lot of work that went into all that bullshit. Yeah.
It is funny when you look back at the way that the show has morphed as to the amount of time and work that went into everything that we've done from your end as well as my end, and the money and the energy that it took to do a show every week.
Yeah. And now we don't use any of those things.
No, we don't even prep or nothing. I mean, everything is almost on autopilot anymore.
I know, now it's like, this thing with video, this is like the first major thing we've tried in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when was the last time we really tried something?
Something new?
New.
Oh, it's been a long time.
I can't even think of what it would be. Maybe when we started talking.
Probably.
Laser Wolf's night.
Yeah, with Mike Kushnick from Thor.
Yeah. Thor. You guys are fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Who knew so much about where were they from?
Wisconsin or something.
No, it was out west. It's like
Montana.
Montana, yeah. Who knew so much about Montana?
Dude, I'm sure it's out there. If not, I might have to get it off of you. I got to get the Laser Wolves with me interviewing the mom.
Right.
And doing does he call you when he's around the bonfire?
Right.
That is one of the all-time funniest things ever. And it was like the first time we really did it.
Yeah.
Completely off the cuff.
Absolutely. That's what gave us the inspiration to say, hey, we can do this.
Yeah. That was what would be, and I know I'm going into like cheesy radio stuff, but top 3 for you bits that we've ever done.
Well, obviously the whole Best Buy thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good.
I got to find that, too. Do you have that one
I'm
handy?
sure I don't have it handy. I would have to look for it. But, when we set up your friend Matt to be the Best Buy manager.
Right.
And we set up a former, female friend of mine to be the one who answered the phone at Best Buy. Right.
I need that one because I'd like to share that with this crew of fans because it's a long time ago, and it was right in the midst of our big battle with Talking Metal. But and it's the only, as far as I can think, I think that's the only bit we ever planned.
Sort of.
Truly planned.
Sort of. Hail and Kill, caller. You're on the air.
What's up, guys? Hail and Kill.
Hail and Kill.
It's Chris the Cop.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
How you been?
Well, we have your bumper. You're not going to be able to hear this, but I'm going to play this real quick. So hang on.
All right, go ahead.
Just hang on there.
Here's the guy that was offered fucking Keith Caputo, but figured fat chicks were better. It's Chris the Cop on the Classic Metal Show.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
All right, are we talking music or are we talking chicks tonight?
It doesn't matter. What's on your mind?
All right, I got a question for you. I went 2 weeks ago. I went to go see Foreigner, Cheap Trick, and the Jason Bonham Led Zeppelin tribute.
Okay.
Explain to me how Cheap Trick is in the Hall of Fame.
I'm gonna agree. personally.
They're awful.
Well, I don't know that they're awful, but they're not.
All right. So if you go, I Want You to Want Me, Dream Police, and Surrender, 3 hits, correct?
Yeah. Flame.
What else qualifies them to get into the Hall of Fame?
Well, because they were Rolling Stone darlings.
Guys, they were awful live. Awful.
Well, I've seen Cheap Trick.
I've seen them.
I've seen them 1, 2, 3. I've seen them 4 times.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. I'm not going to disagree with you that they don't belong in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think that they're the worst band I've ever seen.
Yeah, but the thing is that they were one of those bands that were kind of they weren't like the most popular band in that genre or during that era, but they were Rolling Stone darlings, and that's the only reason they're in the Rock Hall.
If you go in hit for hit, Foreigner has a lot more hits.
Yeah, but it doesn't go by the number of hits, unfortunately. I mean, look how long it took the band Chicago to get in. I mean, Chicago started in 1967, and they just got in 2 years ago. So it almost took them 50 years to get into the Rock Hall.
Right.
And they have they've sold 200 million records in their career, but it took them 50 years to get in. So it really.
So why do you think that is?
Well, because they were never Rolling Stone favorites.
Yeah, sales don't seem to matter. You know, I mean, there's bands like, why did it take Journey so long to get in? You know, whether you like Journey or you hate them, you can't argue that they got 30 fucking hits. You know, and have sold 140 million records. Journey has like 1 million hits.
You see, I would go Foreigner versus Journey. I would say Foreigner has better songs.
Ugh, no, not even close.
No?
No.
All right, I'm going to tell you my issue with the Foreigner show. I've seen Foreigner live probably about 20 times. So each time, either Mick Jones is played or Mick Jones will bring him out in the middle of the set because he can't do a full show. At the Raleigh show, they didn't bring Mick Jones out at all.
Yeah, well, Mick,
so it was basically it was a tribute show.
Yeah, well, Mick doesn't travel with the band probably 50% of the time.
So how does he pick what shows he's going to play and what shows he's not going to play?
I guess the day he's feeling good, because I think from what I understand, and again I don't want to throw Don into the mix, but I have to because he talks about this, because Jeff Pilson obviously is the bassist in Foreigner. But Mick only plays like 50% of the shows, and you're absolutely correct. It's a tribute band, but because Foreigner came up in an era when they were a faceless band prior to MTV, nobody knows the names or the faces of any of these guys.
So the thing is, when the shows that Mick does play, they do 3 more songs. They add 3 more songs to the set than when he doesn't play.
Who plays guitar when Mick doesn't play? Some other guy that's not usually there?
Well, they have that. No. When he does play, they have 3 guitar players. So they have the guy Tom Gimble, who plays like saxophone and keyboard and guitar, and they have this like curly hair guy. I don't know who he is. He plays lead guitar for the entire show.
Okay.
But even when Mick does play, they have the 3 guitar players going.
Well, you see, when Bobby Blotzer tried to hijack the whole Rat thing, he thought that he could make that a Foreigner deal. He thought, well, you know, I could make Rat a faceless entity as long as we play the songs to the, you know, sound like the record. That's all people care about. But the thing is that Rat became popular during the MTV era, and the people who are still fans of them today, they actually know the players.
Well, the thing is, I meet a lot of younger people. My brother's 10 years younger than me. I meet girls who are younger than me. They know Foreigner's catalog. They know Round and Round by Rat, and that's about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's other. I want to go back to the Cheap Trick thing though, man, because there's other bands in that rock hall that have even less success than Cheap Trick, and are in there. The Pretenders come to mind.
I agree.
What are they? One song?
They're horrible.
Well, Pretenders again. They were Rolling Stone favorites.
Yep. Yeah.
I just think it's funny. Cheap Trick opened for Foreigner, and they did about a 15-song set, and Foreigner did a 12-song set.
That doesn't seem right.
It didn't. It wasn't right. I was actually upset about it.
Yeah. The thing that's always weird about Cheap Trick, if you think about it, for the last 25 years or whatever, they're always the opener. I don't think I ever remember a big Cheap Trick headlining tour.
No, every time I've seen them, even way back in the 80s, they've always been the support act for the headliner, and more often than not, I think I've seen them 3 different times opening for Heart.
So they made their bones basically on that Budokan album.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the hits were big at that time. For
19... 3 songs, no?
Well, let's see. Let's just pull it up and look.
If you're going to go down that road, I mean, look at another band who sustained their whole career on 3 songs, and that would be Foghat.
Well, what about Bon Jovi?
Nah, they had a bunch more.
Yeah,
hits.
Bon Jovi had a lot of hits.
Bon Jovi had 10 hits.
They weren't the biggest band of the 80s?
Well, they were one of them at the time.
Bon Jovi had a lot of hits, man.
Right. They were, to me, they weren't the biggest pop, hard rock act of the 80s.
They were one of them.
There was nobody bigger than them in the 80s.
In the 80s, nobody bigger?
I don't think so.
For hair metal, no. Nobody was bigger than that.
And they're still playing stadiums now.
As far as the number of hits, nobody had more than Bon Jovi in the 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
Not even Motley Crue.
No, hell no.
No way.
Motley. Well,
and Bon Jovi will still play stadiums. They play New Jersey. They're doing Giant Stadium 3 nights.
That's a bit nuts.
These chicks still love them.
Yeah. Cheap Trick had... here's the Cheap Trick list. And I'm pulling the ones that I know. I Want You to Want Me, Surrender, The Flame, Dream Police, Ain't That a Shame? I know that's not their song, but it was a hit for them.
Right.
She's Tight was a hit. She's Tight. Yeah. Yeah, Tonight It's You was a hit. What about Hello There? That was a hit, wasn't it? Hello There.
I don't know it.
I'm pretty sure that was a hit too. So they had 6, it looks like. Six hits or so.
So 6 hits in 40 years, Chris?
Oh, I'm not saying they're good, dude. Don't think that. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen them 5-6 times myself, and it's always been, with the exception of the one time when I was in Atlantic City, and they headlined a casino. Every other time has been as an opener. They opened for Rat. They opened for Bon Jovi. They opened for Heart once. You know,
Which casino was it?
The Borgata.
Did they play the music box, which holds maybe 1,000 people, or did they play the main arena that holds 8,000?
It wasn't 8,000 people, no.
Right, so it's probably the music box.
Yeah, I don't know. I was very drunk.
Yeah, well, the only cool thing of that whole event is that Chris got to sit next to and meet Larry David.
Yeah, that is true.
He's a big lib, no?
Yeah, but it didn't matter. I was fucking trashed. I was just thrilled to meet him.
And I'm a big fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I was very jealous.
All right, I'm going to bring something else up. I moved down to North Carolina in March from New York.
Okay.
The interracial dating down here is out of control.
Okay, so what's the point?
It's upsetting me.
Does it really upset you?
I'm going to tell you why it upsets me, Neely. Because
okay.
I don't want to get with a girl that's been with a black guy. They're tainted. They're tainted.
In what regard? Their pussy is stretched out, or they have some kind of disease now?
Listen to me. As you guys know, I was a police officer. These black guys, when they hit jail, even if they're doing it overnight, they're having gay sex in the cell.
Yeah, they're on the they're on the down low.
Right. So they're doing bareback gay sex in the cell, and they're going out, getting out on bail or parole, and they're banging these white chicks.
So is that part of the criteria when you go out with a girl? Do you say, did you ever bang a black guy?
I do. Neely, I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's an issue for you, that would be a question that would have to be asked. If she says yes and she gets upset, then you got your answer.
No, I'm going to tell you what upsets them is that when they admit to being with a black guy, I ask them when their father died. And they asked me, why do you think my father's dead? And I said, because when he put a bullet in his head when he found out you fucked black guys.
Well, see, that's taking it a little bit too far.
I think I'm going to have to tear down the statue because of that comment.
Oh. Do you know what's behind this whole thing?
The media?
With the tearing down the statues?
The media?
The ridiculous media?
This is what it comes down to. The Republicans are winning elections all over the country, whether it be governor elections, mayor elections, senators, congressmen, and they need to stoke the flames. The liberals need to stoke the flames of this whole white privilege, racist white people thing to get the black vote again. They know they're not getting the black vote.
Well, but they're losing ground big time everywhere.
Everywhere. So what gets the black voters out? The whole race card thing.
Interesting thought.
You don't think so?
I agree with you. I mean, they're losing ground because, this country is just fed up. Everybody's just fed up.
Here's the thing. I was a police officer in New York on 9/11. After 9/11 happened, I can only speak for New York. White, black, Hispanic, we all came together because we had a common enemy, which was the Middle Easterns. Okay?
Right.
So it was but then Obama came in, and it was just look what these white people are doing to you. Look what these white cops are doing to you. Look what they did to you 100 years ago. He divided this country, and now it's just taken on a new level.
Well, I think Chris brought that up earlier in the evening, but you're dead on, I believe.
Okay. I just got out of work, so that's why I was calling. So I didn't hear that part.
Well, it is a mess. I'll just leave it there. It is a mess right now. But
it's bad.
So, I want to go back to the interracial dating. What would you say the ratio is? Is it 10% or 50% or what?
Here's my thing. I thought moving down to North Carolina, I thought North Carolina was kind of like a racist state. But
is that the reason you moved there?
Let me tell you something. I was living in Staten Island, New York. Staten Island is the most segregated part of New York. It's 85% Irish, Italian, Catholic, white people. So I lived in the most segregated part of New York. But that's not why I moved to North Carolina. But I kind of thought it was kind of white down here. But I just see so much of this. You see, it's a cliche. You see the cute, fat white girl with the biracial kids everywhere. They're everywhere.
Okay.
All right.
So what do I do?
Move back?
No, but Chris, you know I like my chubby, cute white girls.
Yeah, but if they're tainted, as you put it, then how can you stay?
No, Chris, I've been down here since March. I banged 16 girls so far. I'm on a roll. So I'm finding them. But let me ask you another question. What do you think about the names they give their kids? I met a white girl. She had a black son. The kid's name was Sincere.
Sincere.
Sincere. She named the kid Sincere.
That's a little nutty.
What happened to Chris and Mike and Anthony and Joe? What happened to those names?
Those are your slave names, my friend.
Those are not they're not exotic enough.
Oh. I feel like these women want to give their kids pussy names. No? Even the white kids down here don't have like cool names.
What are the white kids named?
Oh, they have make I don't know. Do you think like Cameron is a cool name?
Cameron?
Zarly?
Zarling?
Zarly.
Zarly, like Harley, but with a Z?
With a Z.
Yeah, that's a bit fucking dumb.
All right. I agree.
Well,
I'm going off on a tangent. Here. I'm sorry.
Is that where the whites are in Kansas?
In Kansas?
Is that where you said you were going?
No, he's in North
No.
Carolina.
I said I'm going off on a tangent.
Oh, okay. You're going off on a tangent. You know who you sound like when you speak there, Chris, and I know you're from New York.
Tell me.
You sound just like John Levin.
Wait, John Levin from Dawkins?
Yes.
He really does.
Is he from New York?
He is from New York.
Yep.
Really?
You and John sound identical.
Yeah, you could pass.
Let me tell you
him.
something, though. I'm going to tell you something. The whole me being from New York, Italian thing down here works with the chicks.
Really?
Yeah, because now you're exotic. So they have, you're an exotic guy. You're not the run of the mill down there.
Oh, and I have my teeth.
What prompted you to go to North Carolina? You went there because you thought there's a lot of white people there. Is that what you thought, or did you really have a reason to go?
It. No. My
really?
friend, one of my closest friends from New York, and his wife lived down here. I would come visit. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. Any of that stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And when I tell you some of the nightmares, I live in a beautiful apartment complex. I got these black kids sneaking into the pool, jumping the fence. There's like crazy stuff. I'm like the pool Nazi.
So is there an oil slick on the top of the pool?
All right. Jesus.
It's bad, and I'm paying good rent to live here. I don't need these kids sneaking into my pool.
Yeah, get out of my pool.
Yeah, pal.
Get out of my pool.
You're gonna have to drain it, just like on on Caddyshack.
All right.
Oh, am I wrong? I tell people this. Listen, if like Dr. Ben Carson lived next door to me, I wouldn't mind it. But when I got Tyrone living next door, I can't deal with that. Is that bad?
Not if you need a statue tore down in your neighborhood. It's not bad at
all. Let me tell you something else. I've got my friends hooked on your podcast. My friends aren't even into heavy metal. They listen to your podcast and they love you guys.
Of course, everybody loves us.
And they're not even into metal. They're not metal guys.
Is it because of the social commentary?
The social commentary, the political commentary, the talk about the chicks. It's just, listen, I don't know. You guys are great. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I agree, but
yeah. So are you hip to the video portion of the CMS now?
I watched it for the first time last week when you did the Don Dawkins segment.
Okay, that was just Chris. You didn't get to see the real talent of the show.
Oh, all right. Can I say something else? Is this controversial?
No, go ahead. Nobody's seeing the talent of the show right now, by the way, Neely. Your camera's off.
Oh, all right.
So when you guys aren't together doing the show loses something. I don't want to sound like mean, but the show loses something.
I agree.
Well, it's a chemistry thing.
It's just like the way you guys like balance each other out it's beautiful. It really is. I'm not trying to suck your dick or anything, but I listen to you guys. It's great.
All right. Well, that's fair enough.
I hate solo shows.
That's all I'm saying. Even though I listened to, I heard a podcast from the other day. It was Chris and another guy making fun of Paul Stanley. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Oh my God, it was so good. My friends were dying laughing.
That was Rob Kern. Me and Rob doing the people.
The X and Sex was the continuation of All Night. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was the people.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty wet. We were very drunk that night. Oh my God. Oof, a lot of beer.
All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go.
All right, well, your manager was calling anyway.
All right, hail and kill.
All right, fuck you, pal.
All right, there goes Chris the cop.
Why is your camera not turning on?
It's on, but I've tried to turn it on 2 or 3 times and it won't go on.
Interesting.
It keeps blinking at me and trying to go on, but it won't go on.
Oh, well, this segment will just be...
Now it's on. Now it went on.
I still don't see you. I don't know what's going on. See, I don't see you on this side, but whatever.
Well, the light is on, indicating that it's running. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not going to fuck with it.
All right.